is without any electricity from yesterday. And that means that some of the people have already left the city. Others will try to do so, but it is possible only during the daytime.
Now, Francis, Prada is to stop his attacks. We spoke with experts about what Putin's aim is.
Their position is because of him. They owe him allegiance. That's what he wants, total allegiance. The principal objective of Putin is to remain in power.
And Ukrainian leaders continue not taking that step. That's because they do not want to engage Russia. Natalie? Ukraine border in Poland. It's roughly 60 miles from Lviv as refugees continue to flee the violence from the Russian invasion. Philip, thank you so much for being here tonight. First, I want to ask you, can you describe some of what you've seen these past few days as people have found their world turned upside down, especially as they have made the decision to flee for their lives?
This is a massive humanitarian crisis. The UN refugee agency saying that over 1 million people have now fled Ukraine and have turned into refugees. You can see behind me the train station of Przemyśl. This is pretty much the closest train station to the border in this area between Poland and Ukraine, and thousands of refugees have been arriving here over the last 7 days. This is a war that's only been going on for 7 days. Quite incredible, really, when you think about it. Also incredible is the fact that there are still trains arriving here from the Ukrainian capital city of Kiev. Despite the fighting going on, there are still up to 3 trains a day that come here from the capital city. There are a lot of refugees moving from the center of Ukraine to Lviv, the town in the west of Ukraine, and then on here inside of Poland. Let's now hear from Alex Rinko. He is one of those refugees on his way here, on her way rather, to Poland. She spoke in the town of Lviv.
Station in Kiev yesterday at 12, and I try to find a place in train till 7 p.m. So this train arrived in 12 hours, and it was a long trip.
From the likes of the Ukrainian capital, Kiev, well, they don't return to Kiev entirely empty, incredibly so. I spoke to quite a few men who were lining up to get on that train. He was abroad when Russia first attacked Ukraine. He says he wants to go back to defend his family and to defend his country.
Yeah, Philip, we're all thinking country. It's remarkable, as you said, that those trains are still running and that even somebody that gets off that train can give an interview like we have just been through. Where do they go from there? Where do they turn?
Well, look, a lot of refugees have arrived in many parts of the neighboring countries to Ukraine, not just here in Poland, but also in the likes of Moldova and Romania, for example. So what humanitarian crisis? Now, the good news here on the Polish side of the border is that the humanitarian